What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Last episode we ended the harvest season at the beginning or end of fall, beginning of winter. It is now April. I went ahead and fast forwarded through the winter, sold off some lettuce and everything else, and some other grain that we had. I kept the sorghum in here so that way we had something to feed the chickens with. As you can see, we got a different trailer now. I upgraded our trailer so that way we can haul our bigger equipment on and or smaller equipment, and then also haul more lettuce and eggs and stuff like that. Got the gooseneck version of it, and it's working out quite nice. Everything here is still the same. Some of these tractors might be a little dirty because I already went ahead and tilled up or plowed up the other field that we left off with. This field over here wasn't done. I went ahead and mulched it up, plowed it, and then took the rocks out of it. And then I also went ahead and I also rolled it. And then I went ahead and I rolled this field because we didn't do it. We took the rocks out of it, but we didn't roll the field afterwards. Then I went ahead and took the rock and placed it in here. So now we have, I think, 14,000 liters. 15,844 liters of lime. So that's going to help us out. So I do have a little bit more money to work with right now. I went ahead and I purchased a Bobcat with pallet forks. So that way it's a little bit easier to load these pallets up. So I'm going to run down there. I'm going to hook up the truck. I also got a different truck. I traded in the Chevy Silverado because I needed a better work truck and not like an everyday truck. So I went ahead and I traded in the Silverado for a Ram. And it's just a better work truck for us. Smaller. It still works. It's a diesel. It's a 3500. It's not a dually, but it still has the fifth wheel in it and stuff like that. So we're gonna hop on in here and we're gonna get going, hook up the gooseneck, run down, grab the Bobcat so that way we can load up the pallets of lettuce. Turn my lights on here, load up the lettuce, and then we have to get these fields planted. I don't want to run out of time on planting these fields because it is almost that time of the year where planting season is almost over already, and we're only in April, so we need to hurry this up. And actually, you know what? Honestly, I think I might actually see about loading up some equipment onto this trailer instead of the Bobcat. First off, I need to go ahead and lower tailgate down. I might just go ahead and load up some equipment so that way, so we have the seeder, we have our seeder down there, our planter. I don't know, we might not be able to get that on this trailer, so I might just have to bring the Bobcat down and then take the tractor down so that way we can hook up to everything and bring it back. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me get everything back here to the farm, and I'll see you when we're getting ready to plant. Alright, so I got all the equipment down here that I need. What I ended up doing, I actually went back and I loaded up the tractor onto this trailer, so that way the tractor was already down there. I didn't have to try to come back for my tractor. That way I can use the tractor and pull back all my cedars and stuff like that. So just bringing the Bobcat in now, and then I'm gonna park the trailer up over here. That way it's kind of out of the way. There we go. And am I on the trailer, or it doesn't matter? I need to unload or unfold that anyways, so I'll do that, and then we can go ahead and come on, unhook. There we go. Bobcat's a little heavier than I thought it was. Alright, then we can go park the truck up, and we'll go ahead and get into our tractor, and we'll start seeding. I ended up bringing our other little tiny tractor, our small tractor, with our sprayer. That way we can fertilize after we plant, because none of our planters or seeders, because I got the seeder here along with the seed box for the front of the tractor, because the seeder doesn't hold any seeds. I brought those down, but that doesn't have fertilizer. The planter, on the other hand, does have fertilizer. So I needed to bring my sprayer down so that way I can fertilize the fields that aren't going to be automatically fertilized. That, and also for our second dose of fertilizer, we're going to need the sprayer anyway. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to plant the field that's behind the greenhouses. I think I'm going to use that as corn. And then I'm going to switch it up to every other field on what else we can. I do know, I think I'm going to put sorghum into this field. That way we can keep our sorghum levels up for our chickens. And then the other fields, the larger field over there, I think is going to be canola and I think soybeans in that larger field over there. So, but we're going to get the corn planted first. And we'll go from there. So we have 4 fields we got to plant today. And, yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, we also... Actually, before we do that, we have to lime. We can't plant right now. We still have to lime and then roll the fields, or lime, and then we can plant. So I do have to go back down to the store for one more thing. So I think I'm going to hop in the truck so it's a little bit faster. That way we can bring back our spreader for our lime, fill up the lime, and then we can go ahead and lime the fields, and then we can go, because these fields need lime. I almost forgot that is a key thing that we need for the best yield possible on these fields. So I need to do one more trip down to the store to get our spreader for our lime. Can't believe I almost forgot about that. Alright, so we're just getting back with our spreader here. Take it on over. So that way we can fill it up with lime. I forget how much lime, or how much this can actually hold. I guess we're going to find out here. I don't know if we're going to have enough lime to fill it up completely or not. But either way, I have a feeling we're going to be using up almost every single bit of lime we have. Hopefully we don't have to spend any money on some, but I mean, this is going to save us quite a bit in the longer run. And then we'll go ahead and plow out the fields at the end of the season, so that way we can get more. So, and then also, hopefully we can have enough money left over that after we sell off our grain, we can purchase another field at the end of the season. I do believe that should be good. Can we... Let me go ahead and get this. I don't know if this tarp can open up or not. Let me see if I can get it to open up. There we go. Alright. I was hitting the wrong button. Alright, so let's go ahead and unhook. That way we can get our tractor hooked up to it. As of right now, that is ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and park this up, get the tractor, and start filling up our... it's a fertilizer spreader is what it is, but we're using it for lime. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I think I might use the 4755 to haul that one. I don't think we need to use our good tractor for that. Since, I mean, our good tractor's already hooked up to the planter anyway, so... Alright, let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so I just filled this up, and it filled up pretty dang quick. 11,000 liters, so we should have, what, 3,000 or... What, 3,000... maybe 4,000 liters left over. Let's take a look. 4,844 liters left. All right, so let's go ahead and hop on in here. And I might as well start with this field here since we're already facing this direction. I'll go ahead and get lined up and get our GPS set, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I got the GPS set, and we're going to get this thing limed. Hopefully this lime doesn't go down too quick, because, yeah, we only have that 4,000 liters left, so I guess we'll see and find out. As of right now, I mean, we've already lost 5% out of here, so... Alright, there's one. Now I also need to figure out why, because this was working the other day for me. I need to figure out why the GPS isn't shutting this thing down when I reach the end. So let me figure that part out. Alright. So I do believe I got this to work out for me here, I hope. As long as... Yep, I think this is going to line up perfectly. I got it to stop kind of shy of the edge of the field, because I know there's a fence over there that's going to stop me if I go out of the field. So, yeah, and then also once we get to the stone crusher here. So, let me go ahead and... get going here. We'll finish up this field and then we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so we are on to field number 2. I got the other field all limed and ready to go. I got the little cutout limed over there behind the stone crusher, and then that headland going around this tree line. I don't think we're going to have enough lime for these fields, to be honest with you. We're going to have to probably go and purchase some more lime. But it is what it is. Luckily there's no crops in this field, because we would have just killed it. Let's go get lined up for this one. We might have enough for this field and one of the larger fields, but I think that's going to be about it. But, I mean, it's alright, because, I mean, lime isn't really that expensive, and it's going to help out our yield. So it'll help us, you know, it'll pay back in the long run is what's going to happen. But luckily we had all this lime for free pretty much by, you know, just by picking up rocks. So, all right. And the reason why I did this headlinks is, like I said, these trees here, so just a little bit easier to turn around. Let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to try to get as much liming as I can done, and I will be back with you guys with either A, it's completely done, or B, we're out of lime and we have to go get more lime. But I will have to... I think I'm down enough now to where I know I'm down enough now that after this field, I'll go ahead and load up with the rest of the lime that we have stored, and then I'll have to go and purchase some more. I can guarantee it. So, I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so we are now in the final field here. And I was getting this area done around here so that way I can make my turnaround and not have to worry about going in the road. We are now down to 1% left of lime. And that's only 168 liters. We only have 200 something liters left in that stone crusher down there. So, I'm going to have to go get the truck and, hook up to this thing, go down to the store, purchase some more lime. I think since we got that large field done over there, on one of these hopper loads, we should be able to knock out this field completely with, you know, if I just purchase enough lime to fill this up one time, we should be able to fill, you know, finish up the rest of this field. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this, and I'm going to run down, get the truck. I'm just going to stay in the grass here. Actually, nothing's planted, so we'll just cut through the field. It's not going to harm anything. Ground's not wet, so we'll go down, get the truck, and we'll go ahead and fill this up with lime at the store. We'll go from there. I do have a bunch of seed down there because I know that our hopper for our seed isn't that big, so we're probably going to need to be filling that up quite a bit. And we have a little bit of some liquid fertilizer down there as well for our sprayer. So I'm going to hop in the truck, get to our spreader, our fertilizer spreader that we're using for lime, and we'll go ahead and run down to the store. So let me park this up, and I'll see you down at the store. Alright, so we got the lime purchased. Like I said, we do have some seeds, some liquid fertilizer, and now the lime. I bought just enough lime. We're not going to fill it up completely. We're going to be like 1,000 or 2,000 liters shy of being completely filled, but I don't think we're going to need all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling this up. The other thing I'm really concerned about right now, I haven't really loaded this truck down before. I'm not sure how bad the back of this truck is going to be squatting, so I guess it's time to find out. So here we go. Let's see how bad this thing starts squatting on us here. So far, so good. But we're only 25% full. It's 37%. Actually, it's not doing too bad. It's not squatting nearly as bad as I thought it was going to. We'll see and find out how it drives, though. The front of the truck's not being lifted. It's moving a little bit on us, but it's starting to squat. Ever so slightly, it's starting to. And that's it. So we have 10,168 liters of lime. So let me take this back down to the farm here, and we'll see just how bad this thing squats. Actually, it's not doing all that bad. Alright, let's see how this thing handles down the road. I'll see you when we get back to the farm, and we'll finish liming that field. Alright, we are back here to the field where we are going to be finishing up. And this thing didn't do too bad. It wasn't squatting, but man, does this thing suck to try to stop under load. This thing did not want to slow down. And I wasn't really going that fast either. Let's go ahead. Oh, so you can see how much that thing actually did squat, though. Taking the load off of it. Watch this. Donk. Yep. It squatted a little bit. One mod I do want to try to find is the manual, like, attaching to where you'd have to get out and manually attach things. I think that would be a little bit more realistic, but I might have to try to find that. But let me go get back, get the tractor, and we'll finish liming this field here, and then we'll get to sowing the fields, trying to get it seeded before it gets too late in the season, before we can actually do anything. Alright, so my estimation was, pretty good. I probably could have got it. I probably bought the proper amount of bags of lime. It was just a little over $3,000 for the lime. But the only bad thing is I'm going to have to go back over a lot of this field on this edge again because we're missing a little tiny strip. But honestly, that's not going to really hurt anything. I might just save the lime and just say heck with it. and not worry about that little tiny strip going down the side. All right, so that is that 30% left on lime. And honestly, we might be able to just fill up the rest of the lime out of the stone crusher. Get that emptied out into here. And that way we're already ahead of this, ahead of the game on lime in the hopper. So whenever we purchase new fields or whenever we have to plow, we can crush up the stone. Because we technically don't need to plow up these fields every year unless we grow like corn or whatever, stuff like that that's going to have the larger stubble. But I probably will end up plowing anyways every year, just so that way we can get the stone. But we don't need a lime every year, so that's going to help us out a lot. Try to get this to where it's underneath, but not to where it is. Can't exactly see. Let me check this out. We can back it up a little bit more, but we don't need a lime every year, so that's gonna help us start gaining more and more lime every year. Except for it all depends on the size of fields that we get when we plow, and how much stone we get every year. So that's pretty much what that's going to sum up to. But I'm going to go ahead and, man, that bump hurt. I'm going to go ahead and get this seeder here, or planter, going. I'm going to get the corn in the ground in that field over there, and now I'm going to have to get the seeder on and seed the rest of the fields as well. But then I'm going to have to get the roller out and roll all that seed into the ground, and then also fertilize. So we still have a lot of work yet to do. Hopefully I can get it all done this episode. If not, it'll be next one. So let me go ahead and get these fields sown in, and then I'll get rolling. All right, so I don't know if my OBS stopped recording or if I accidentally did it. But anyhow, I'm not sure where I left off or where it stopped, but I have all the fields limed and ready to go. And I have the corn planted over in the other field, and actually starting on the beans here in the larger field. So I'm gonna go beans here, canola in that field over there, and then I think I'm going to do the sorghum over in the smaller field. That way we can keep stuff going for chicken feed. But this tractor, it's working, but it's almost a little too underpowered for this seeder. I mean, it's working though. That's the main thing. But I'm going to continue this. Hopefully we can get these fields all planted today. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I would assume we should be able to, but it's gonna be getting pretty late in the evening, I think, by the time I finish. So I am going to get this headland here done, so that way I don't have to keep worrying about going up on this hill to turn around or backing up into the field. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to continue the down and back rows here, and try to get this field done as quick as we can. But 7 miles an hour, man, that's painful. All right, so we are almost done with this field. It's taken me about an hour and a half in-game time, which is every minute in-game is about 20 seconds faster than an actual in real life minute. So it's taken me quite a while to get this field done. We have about 15% left of the seed in here. and we're missing just a slight little bit of this edge here. I'm going to have to go back one more time. But I am going to have to change plans a little bit because canola isn't going to be able to be planted until later on in the season. I mean, I could plant it now, but it's just going to be sitting there until it's about, you know, halfway through the summer, and then it's going to start growing. So I think to change it up a little bit, I'm going to keep this soybeans, of course, because I've already got the field done for the most part. I'm going to keep that sorghum over there in that far field, so that way we have chicken feed. But I think this field over here, I'm going to get the other planter, and I'm going to plant sunflowers. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Change it up a little bit more. Instead of doing canola, I'm going to do sunflowers in that field. So I might have to get an auger of some sort, an auger wagon of some sort, so that way I can get the seed from the store over to here. Because as of right now, I mean, it's going to be rough going back and forth to the store just to get seed. So I might just have to do that, so that way it's a little bit easier, a little bit faster for us to fill up our seeders and our planters. So that way we don't have to keep running back and forth to the store every time we need seed. I can just fill the seed up that we have and put it in the auger wagon. And this is kind of silly to be planting, having the seed in the plant or the grass, and I'm missing everything because I switched up. So let's go ahead and do this and then get going again. There we go. All right, so I'm going to finish up this field here, and then I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to see if I can find an auger at the store, see if there's anything used I might be able to save some money on, because I do know you can use an auger wagon to fill up with seed, so that way you can actually transfer your seed into your, you know, your seeders and your planters and stuff. That way you don't have to keep on going to the store. So until we can actually get a full out, you know, farm where we can have our silos with everything, our fertilizer and seed and everything else, this is just what we're going to have to do. But eventually, I think this field here isn't going to be just our production area. I think it's also going to be where our farm's going to be, maybe. I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't really expanded out to see where we can put our farm. I do have my eyes on a house to be built. That's going to be like $150,000 to build the house. So we'll have to see and find out. Hopefully the next season, depending on how much money we get off of our produce, hopefully we can get a house. But all right, so we are now done with this field. All right. Turn off the seeder, then go to the front here if I can. Get that raised up. No, actually I can fold that up as well. But I want to get that front raised up. I don't know why it's not switching over to it. All right. Oh well. Alright, so I am going to go drop this off. Like I said, I don't know why that front's not raising. I was able to lower it, but it's not letting me raise it up for some reason or another. It keeps on going to that rear... Oh, there it goes. Okay. Alright. So let me go ahead and park this for the time being, and I'm going to go find an auger wagon, hopefully. If not, I'm going to have to drive this thing to the store and fill it up that way. So I'm going to park this thing right here, and I'll see what I can do for trying to transfer some seed a little bit easier for us. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have to go down to the store. There's nothing on the used market, and the cheapest auger wagon that I can possibly get It's like $76,000, and we don't have that kind of money. So now, I'm going to have to take this thing down to the store and fill up with seed. But that's not a bad thing, because I need to fill this thing up with fuel anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll get back and get to that field for the sorghum. And then we'll have to get with the other planter, and once I get that hooked up, I need to see what the seed is looking like, and that's what I'm thinking. I might have to refill that up as well, because I don't think there's going to be enough seed for this field. And then we're also going to have to get the fertilizer sprayer out and start spraying the field or fields. Don't mind that sign. I kind of hit it with the cedar. But I'm going to have to get the fertilizer sprayer out to go over the fields that this cedar planted, because this doesn't have fertilizer put down at the same time, unlike the planter that I have for the corn and sunflowers that would fertilize at the same exact time. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to the fuel station here, refuel, refill up with seed, and then head back to the farm and get the field going for sorghum. All right, so we are back at the farm, getting this field going here with sorghum. It only cost me about $170 to fill this thing up with fuel. It wasn't bad. And we still have about 5 or 6 pallets full of, or big bags full of seed. So we have plenty of seed to refill up the other planter. So I'm going to finish up this field here, getting the headlands done now, and then I can start the up and down rows, and then we'll get into the other field and start getting the sunflowers going. But like I said, I was hoping to be able to do canola, but it's just, I'll show you here once I get this thing turned around. Let me hop on in here. So as you can see for the seasons, right now we're in the middle of April. So right now we're able to plant all this stuff. We've already got the corn planted. We have the soybeans planted. We are now doing the sorghum right here. But for canola, we have to wait until the beginning of August to plant it. So I might just go ahead and do the sunflowers before it is too late to plant. And then when it comes time for July, we'll be able to harvest the corn. And then also the beginning of August, we'll be able to get the sorghum. But the soybeans we won't be able to get until October. So hopefully, let's see, for the corn, yeah, it won't, actually October, we'll be able to harvest the corn, the sunflowers, and the sorghum we'll be able to get beginning of August. So if we can get the sorghum field off, we'd then be able to plant canola, but that field's pretty much going to be dead in the water until beginning of July the next year. So hopefully we'll have enough money to where we can maybe purchase another field. That way when we want to do canola, we don't have a field just sitting there, and we can continue to keep doing stuff. So let me go ahead and finish up this field here, and then I'll get the planter, and we'll go ahead and start the sunflowers. All right, so we are finishing up the last bit of this field for sorghum. And we'll go ahead and drop these, the cedar and the hopper up here. And you can see the other planter over there. I might have to run down and refill that up, but that shouldn't take too long. We'll get that refilled up. And then we'll get the other field going for sunflowers. And I don't know, we might have to wait until tomorrow to fertilize and to finish up the might have to finish up for rolling the field and stuff like that. So we'll have to fertilize this field and the soybeans, because like I said, this seeder does not have fertilizer in it to where we can just plant it and forget it. So where can we drop this off? I might as well just drop it off here. Let's go ahead and drop that there. We'll back up a little bit, so that way we have room to get out. And then we'll can we not? Oh, we gotta unfold it. It's weird that you can't drop it down like that, but I can see why. There's nothing for it to really sit down on, so there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and head on over here and hook up to the planter. We'll have to see how much seed we have in it. I don't think there's going to be enough for the whole entire field, but see and find out. Yeah, we only have 38%, so I'm going to have to run down to the store, refill it up, and then I will see you guys in a little bit when I can get back to the field and start planting. So we should be good on fertilizer. It still has 88% on fertilizer. But it's the seed that we're not going to have enough of. Oh, and that's the other thing I need to do tomorrow. So after we get done with the fields tomorrow of fertilizing and rolling, I need to load up them pallets of lettuce onto our trailer. Get it done and over with. Get that loading area cleared out and ready to go for more produce to be produced. And see, I should be able to double stack those pallets on that trailer. We should have a pretty good turnout for lettuce the next time we go to sell it off. But it's going to be a few days. I think we can get 6 pallets every day. So I definitely, actually I might have to do that here today yet. I'm gonna have to do that today, so that way we can go ahead and get our quota on lettuce for the day. Oh, that sign. Yeah, like I said, don't mind the sign. I accidentally hit it with the seeder when I was trying to turn around in the field. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get that lettuce. I'll probably have to do that off camera for you guys. That way we can keep that lettuce going. But either way, I think it still produces the lettuce. It just stores it to where when you take the pallet away, a new pallet just gets put back in its place. So we might be good. I'll have to test it out with one pallet and see if another one gets replaced with it right away. If it does, then we don't have to worry about it. So, but anyhow, let me finish going down here to the store and getting more seed. And then we'll head back, plant the sunflowers, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we are now back. I'm going to go ahead and turn around here, because with this seeder, or planter, whatever you want to call it, you hook up to it one way to pull it, but then you got to hook up to it a different way in order to use it. So let me get this lined up so that way I can get the headland started. And I'll try to show you. And I'll show you what I do. Oopsie. My bad. I was trying not to go in the field, but I kind of killed the planter at the same time. I want to try to show you what I got to do for the GPS. I already have this planter saved. Because this is a 30 foot planter. The other one was 20. Alright, let me turn these hazards off here. Alright, so first you got to have the GPS activated, which is left Alt and C. You can look at the bottom right. You can see that blue flashing. That's me turning it on and off. So right now it's on. Then I hit Control S and it'll pull up the GPS. So if I go into 30-foot cedar, that is the cedar. And then what I'll need to do is, so that way I know I'm lined up, I turn the show lines on, and then you should be able to see once I start moving. You see the blue lines? Let me jump out here. You can see the blue lines very faintly, and you can see how it's kind of to the left a little bit. So if you hit left Alt and either page down and page up, page down will move it to the right. You can see the blue lines moving. Page up and move it to the left. So if I move it to the right, that's right on the edge of the field. So then all I gotta do is hit Alt, left Alt, and X. It's basically locks that GPS on. So all I have to do is, first I need to fold the planter up so that way I can use it, lower it, turn it on, and then I just hit my cruise and it goes. And then what you can do is I'll change this because I want to go north and south with it. So once I get these headlands done, I'm just showing this to you right now just for, you know, so that way you can see how I'm using the GPS. Once I get the headland done, I will then show you how I will rotate it to where it's 90 degrees the other direction. So right now I'm going east and west, and then I'll show you how to do it north and south. But now that I just got down here, I realized I made a mistake. Because I was in such a hurry to show you guys the GPS, guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to change the crop type. That row is now corn. So now, I just changed it to sunflower, so that one row is going to be corn. So I'll have to harvest that with that field right there. So now it's sunflower, so now I'll be able to go ahead and plant the rest of the field as sunflower. Oops. Let me go ahead and turn these lines off while I do the headland. And, yeah, actually, I don't know. Can we replant over top? Let me try. If I can replant over top, I'll just redo it. All right. Let me do these headlands real quick, and then I'll be back with you once I start the north and south, up and down rows. Alright, so I have the headland done. So the bad news and bad news, well, I should say there's bad news and bad news. One isn't as bad as the other. First bad news is you can plant over top of this first row here. As you can see, I overlapped. But yet it's still only corn. It doesn't replace it. So unlike, I think, in the FS19, I think if you planted over something, it turned it into something else. But I could be wrong. If I am, go ahead and leave a comment down below. The other bad news is as you can see, I got the headland done. Just the headland. And as you can see, I've used almost 50% of seed. That's a lot of trips back and forth to the store. So I might have to take out a little bit of a loan. That way I can get an auger wagon to have here by the field, so that way I can keep filling this thing up. So until this thing runs out, let me show you this real quick. All right, I'll bring this back up. All right, and I'll make sure I have the 30-foot cedar. And what we'll do is make sure I have the lines turned on, which I don't. Show lines on. All right, so you can see how it's still going east and west. So I'll pull this back up and I'll flip it 90 degrees. And as you can see how it's off center. So if I hit Alt, or not Alt, left Alt and page down, I can then go ahead and every click, or you can hold it down. I want it just to overlap just ever so slightly. So now, when I go and hit left Alt and X, you see the wheels move a little bit because it's trying to line up with the center point. And now all I gotta do is lower it, turn it on, set the cruise, and it stays online. So now all I gotta do is open the cruise back up again, or the GPS back up, turn the lines off, and there you go. No more lines. It's going in a straight line, hands free. And once it gets down here to the end of the row, once it gets towards the end of the field, it should beep once saying, hey, you're getting close, and you can set the distance on when that happens, and then it'll tell you, hey, it'll beep again, and that's when it turns off. It should stop you. And if it doesn't work, then I have to turn it back on again. There's one beep, two beep, and it stops. But you do have to raise the implement, and if you want to, you can turn off the cedar. But usually I leave it on, I'll just raise it up. So now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and turn around and kind of get lined up here. But say I'm like not quite center, make sure your cedar is not in a blank part of the field. And once you reset the GPS, it'll go ahead and it will line itself back up to that center point, lower it, set your cruise again, and you're off to the races, and you're lined up perfect, and you're planning. So that's how I'm using the GPS without needing to hire a worker. I'm able to get the field done, and I get to save my money. So let me go ahead and do this until my cedar is empty. Then I'm going to have to take out a small loan so that way I can get this auger wagon. That way I can keep refilling up my cedar or my planter here without needing to keep going back and forth to the store every time to get seed. So I will see you guys when this field is done. Alright, so I got the auger wagon. As you can see, we only have $8,000, almost $9,000 left. And that was after taking just enough of a loan to get the wagon. And this is the smallest one I can get. So, yeah. But I need to use the tractor so that way I can use the PTO and actually use the auger. So, let's see. That'll be out that way. So I need to take this and turn it around. Figure out which one is it. This? Nope. That? Nope. That? Nope. How do I... That's horn. There we go. Found it. Alright. So hopefully this should, in theory, since I have seed in it, if I take it over top of this, hopefully, hey, there we go. And it's done. And I still got 10% left in this. All right. So let me go ahead and take that back down. All right. Now I'm sure I'm going to be needing this again, so I'm just going to take this over here. attach it. Then I'll hook it back up to the truck, pull it out of the way, and then I'll start planting again. So I don't know how many more times I'm going to be needing to do this, but I'm sure it'll need to be done again at least once or twice. I'll go ahead and back this up. That way I can get it back online. There we go. I'll just leave the tractor running for now. I'm just going to hook it back up to the truck just in case we do get to this point. We're not needing to move it out of the way again, or at that point in time. This way it's out of the way, so that way if we can get the rest of the field done, which I highly doubt we will, we won't have to worry about it. There we go. So the truck can haul this. It's just with that PTO, with needing to use the auger. I'm pretty sure in game, I mean, you shouldn't be able to, but if I went ahead and did it, that shouldn't be able to work because there's nothing hooked up to it. So it can work, but realistically, it shouldn't. All right, so I'm just gonna move this over here. I don't think I'll be able to make it this far with it, so. All right, I'm gonna go back, get back in the tractor, and continue. All right, so yeah, I did end up having to move the truck. I thought I was gonna be able to make it. Not quite. I just ran out right here. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and get in the truck here. Needs rolling. Yep. All right. I will go ahead and roll that later, but and as you can see, fertilize 50%, yield bonus plus 76%. All right. Oh, so you can see this says need rolling, 76% yield bonus, and it's 50% fertilized. If you look at, let's just say this one over here that I planted the soybeans in with the other seeder. I don't know why I almost said needed line, but it doesn't. So right now it's a yield bonus of 53% because it's 0% fertilized and it needs rolled. So once I roll it, once I fertilize the two fields that haven't been fertilized yet, and I roll every field, we should be in pretty good business, pretty good business and stuff. And then once it gets past the first growth stage where it actually is up a little bit and I take the sprayer around and fertilize everything again, it will be the last time I have to fertilize everything. And we'll see what our bonus is at that point in time. So let me get this thing turned around. I'll hook it back up to the tractor so that way I can use the PTO. Get the auger out. Yeah, I can use the truck. I know. But realistically, you shouldn't be able to. So let me get this thing turned around here. I know I could possibly just drive to the field because I'm going to end up doing that anyways, but realistically, you shouldn't be driving across fields that are planted. So let me go ahead and get this. Yeah, I did a pretty good job there. But yeah, once again, I will have to drive across a section of the field here. And once again, I'll have to do it again because of needing to get this thing lined up with the seeder, the planter. Go ahead and unload that. Like I said, I need to find a mod. I don't know if they have one out yet for the manual attach, where you have to get out and actually manually attach it and then get back in, instead of being able to just back up to things like this and just hit a button and everything's connected. All right, so let's see, I should be able to just pull forward a little bit more. And, oop, the other way. Other way. Without hitting the planter. See if I can get... Oop. Forgot I can't twirl all the way around. I don't think I'm going to be close enough. I'm going to have to back up to it again. Should be close enough here. Should be. No, I'm not. Okay. How close do I have to get this thing? Where I'm almost hitting it? How close do I... It's practically over top of it. It worked the first time. Why won't it work now? Alright, I'm going to have to figure this thing out and why it's not working. Alright, I should have paid a little bit closer attention because I guess it just filled up so fast that I didn't realize it filled it up. I was moving around, doing all this and that, and it was already filled. So, yeah. You can see all the times I was moving it back and forth. You can see all the tracks and everything. I even got the other tractor to, you know, to go over. It was already filled. It was already done. It was good to go. So, alright. Let me go ahead and drop this. And I am going to finish this field off. As I did the most unrealistic thing ever and just backed up back and forth all over the freshly sown field. Go ahead and hook back up to this, fold it back up, reset the GPS, wrong light or wrong button, then lower it, turn it on, and get going. And we'll finish this field off. So, to sow every single field, all 4 of them, it took us in-game nearly 5 hours. And in real life, it is now 2:30. I think I started playing around 10? I think I started playing around 10 o'clock p.m. So, yeah. That goes to show how long I've been playing tonight to do this for you guys. So, I'm just going to leave this here, and I'll clean everything up. But as of right now, I am done for right now, for you guys. I'm going to clean everything else off camera, get everything parked up, ready to go. But I think next episode, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and fertilize everything that needs to be fertilized, which is the sorghum and the soybeans. Get everything rolled and get these pallets loaded up. Oh, there's 4 pallets now instead of 3. So get these pallets loaded up onto the trailer here. So we'll get all that done. I already got the truck here ready to go as well. I'll just leave the truck there so that way we can hook it up to the gooseneck. Get this unloaded and get the lettuce loaded up onto the trailer. So we have some work to do next episode or live stream. So be on the lookout for the live stream because I might actually do that tomorrow or today. So it'll be, what is today? Wednesday, December 22nd. Started recording this on Tuesday, December 21st. So, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it hasn't really been too entertaining because we've been doing pretty much the same thing, trying to get these fields taken care of at the end of the season and now beginning of the season. So as you can see, we are down at the bottom right, plus 75% yield bonus as of right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, don't forget to smash that like button. I'm putting in a lot of hours for this, for you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you haven't done so, don't forget to subscribe. I know it's towards the end of the year. I know I only have about another week or two. But I'm hoping to get that 1,000 subscriber mark. But it is what it is. If I don't, I don't. If I do, I do. So hope to see everybody in the next episode and or live stream. Hint, hint, wink, wink, stomp, stomp. And I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.